Okay, hi, my name's Keyana. I'm doing the week one discussion. So, never done this before. So, to start off with the first question, what do you see as the biggest challenge facing the modern workforce, and how do you think IO psychologists can help? Okay, so after reading the article, you realize that technology is definitely one of the biggest challenges in the modern workforce. And they use a lot of examples on how, as humans, we focus more so on the satisfaction we get from technology in the workplace rather than what it's actually needed for. So, if sorry, yes, so because technology is the biggest challenge, we don't really we more so focus. It says we more so focus on the fact of the satisfaction we get from technology rather than the human need for it. And if we're going at the rate that we're going with using it, they predict that in 10 to 20 years that we'll have bots working for us, which means most of us will be unemployed. And unemployment now is already huge, but if you read in the article, it says that the high percentage of unemployment that exists now, a lot of people deal with high stress, high anxiety, high depression. So we don't want that to happen. How do you think IO psychology can help? Okay, so I feel like we can help by more so figuring out exactly how to properly use the technology. I feel like if everyone's using for satisfaction, then the company management or whoever's in charge needs to go through a retraining on how to properly be using technology so that way performance, keeps up. I feel also if people are feeling like these bots or technology can do the work for them, then they'll let them do that. So in a sense, I feel like it's also making us lazy. And so yeah. I also feel like maybe if they feel like bots are going to take over and do the jobs for us, they should see um exactly what the bots are doing so then they could implement and teach us that so we could perform even better in the workplace and not let, technology replace the physical human work. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, for the second question, who do you feel made the biggest contribution to the early history of IO psychology and why? So I chose Hugo Munsterberg, and I chose him because I just thought it was really interesting how, well, William Wundt was one of the first psychologists in IO, but I feel like it was interesting how they brought him, especially being from another country. I feel like he contributed because, in a sense, he started to make it worldwide. Like, he came over here and helped out with, you know, creating the first books. He created the National Institute of Industrial Psychology. But not only that, he took that back to Germany and taught it there, which definitely, started the trend of it being worldwide in a sense. Because now it's a very popular, um, like, degree in psychology. I also feel um, like I said, besides publishing the first books in IO, he influenced a lot of people outside of IO. So he gained attention from presidents, Congress, and just a lot of people that were not just in IO. Like, makes sense. Mm. And I feel like he paved the way for a lot of us by starting these publications, starting these articles, putting it out there, giving it more attention. And I think I said this right. He also created the first modern book in industrial psychology, which was Psychology and Industrial Efficiency, and that was in 1913. So, yes. And the last question, have you ever experienced a problem at work that interfered with your safety, productivity, or job satisfaction? In each case, discuss the relevance of IO psychology to the problem. So, I don't really feel like I've ever experienced a problem at work that interfered with my safety, but with my productivity or job satisfaction, yes. I feel like in a lot of jobs I had, they were very short on staff, which meant a lot of people had to take a lot of workload. And the amount of workload they were giving us for the small amount was not equal to the pay we were getting. I felt like I was always at work, so it was hard for me to balance, work and school. And on top of that, you're just really tired and you're really drained. So I feel like in relevance, I feel like they didn't take that into consideration. I felt like they just, in a sense, were picky. They didn't. They said they were hiring people, but I don't think they were. And they just let that go on. And eventually, I had to quit because I couldn't deal with it. It was too much of a workload. Also, I feel like another thing that interfered was the fact that management, you know, they were young, so I feel like because they got the positions that they did at a young age, they put more again of the workload on us. So instead of training people, they would give that to us. They would tell us to train people, and if they would make mistakes, we would get all the blame when really that should have been their job. And so I feel like if anything, management didn't really care about us and didn't. Sorry, they just didn't really do their job properly. For them to be leaders, for us to be looking up to them and following their footsteps, I feel like they just kind of, I don't know the right word. I get back to that. But yeah, um, but yeah. In regards to IO, I feel like to fix the problems, I feel like if you're going to be management, I feel like you need to have the right amount of staff, have equal workload for everyone, provide proper training, you know, provide everything and don't blame everything on your employees because we definitely try. And I feel like you just need to appreciate more. I don't know if that has to do with IO, but a solution, that's the solution that I feel like. Even proper training for them. And so, yeah, I think I answered everything. Hopefully, I did. Okay, I'm gonna end this now. Bye.